Going live, guys. Can't believe I already got somebody watching already. You're fast. 7 seconds in. We're going to let everybody start getting in. I decided to live stream outside, and it's like 40 degrees outside. I'm not really sure. Scoot up to the desk here. I am not really sure what I was thinking when I decided this, but I have a sweater on. I have a warm bottoms, and I'm fixing to put on socks. So I think we're gonna be good. I think we're gonna be all good tonight. It's cold. I am loving the fact that fall is here because usually, like I said, in Alabama, we don't get fall. Not at all. So I don't know what we're gonna do tonight. I really decided that I wanted to kick off Halloween because it's October. Officially now it's acceptable to be all Halloweeny. So I'm thinking about doing maybe some live readings. So if you guys have any ideas or stories that you would like me to do tonight, just leave the comments below and let me know what you guys want to do. All we're missing right now is like a bonfire and some s'mores. All right, guys, how are we doing tonight? I'm gonna get up and going. I have my older phone because of so I can read the chat. So I'm gonna get that started. And like I said, if there is any ideas that you guys want like to try, ideas, stories that you want me to read, let me know because I really don't have anything planned. Um, I almost didn't think that we were going to do a live stream tonight. I don't know how long of a story. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is gonna sound really terrible. And this is probably why I'm not doing great on YouTube when it comes to horror. You should be doing longer stories. So like 30-minute stories is what everybody seems to be doing or plus. I like doing the shorter stories and then just giving you a bunch because I don't know if you guys ever noticed a lot of creepypastas that stretch 20-30 minutes turn into, I don't know, just the same stuff that you always read. There's cliche in the beginning, there's a monster or a dilemma, and then the end it just abruptly ends. So I don't know. And since this is a live stream, if you guys want to give me some stories that are 5 to 10 minutes long, that's great. If you find a bunch of 2 sentence horror stories, I'll read them. I don't know, out of all the stories I read, something about a 2 sentence horror gets me because in 2 sentences sometimes people can convey what 10-minute stories don't. So, not to be that person, but I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry for the thumbnails of this video. I have no idea what went on. I went to make a thumbnail and upload it to YouTube, and YouTube was like, no, that is an error. I have had a lot of errors today, so I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Like I said, I almost did not live stream tonight just because it's been one of those crazy off the wall days. I don't know how to put it. My hair looked so much better before I went live, and now I look in the camera and I'm like, ew, you look terrible. So, how are you guys doing this week? What have you been up to? Have you faced any dilemmas, any things that you I don't know, didn't think that you'd be facing this week? How's the weather where you're at? Is it really warm? Is it really cold? We have like moody weather right now. Um it's like pretty cold, freezing in the morning. Then as the day gradually goes through, we have warmer and warmer weather, and then somewhere around 4 it starts freezing again, and then like right now it's 8:15 where I'm at, and it literally feels like I could break out a bonfire and not, eh. And I see people popping up and I can't read it from here, so I'm going to come to the other phone. Hi Evil. Hi Anime. Okay, I don't know if there's anybody else in the chat. I can't see. Well, thank you for still listening, even though that you're working. I think that's really awesome because, like, for me, when I try to work on stuff and listen to a live stream, sometimes I get distracted. But in all fairness, a lot of the live streams I listen to are distracting. So, but like I said, right now where I'm at, it is cold, and I don't know how to feel about it. I don't like it really hot, and I don't like it cold. I think I handle the cooler weather if the wind's not blowing. Like, I went to do a vlog the other day, and there was so much wind, my hair was just like, and I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. I'm over it. Okay, somebody said hello. Hello. I hope, again, I'm going to go ahead and do the disclaimer. If I mispronounce your name, just kindly tell me that I mispronounced it, because I'm not good at it. Hi, Odin's Child. Because I'm trying to get better about that. A lot of people make comments like when people come into the live chat, or when you're streaming, you don't ever directly say their name. You're just like, hi, and you're not referencing anybody. So I'm trying to get better at, saying people's names. Oh, good, I pronounced it right. Yay me. I don't like heat, but I don't know how to put it. I guess I handled the heat better this summer than I usually do. I just enjoyed, I guess I was so excited to be outside and enjoying nature that I just tolerated the heat. But the cold is, for me, the more I bundle up, I still feel frozen. So, I've been telling everybody, if you have any creepypastas or two sentence stories, anything you want read, I'll read tonight. I can't guarantee that it will be amazing, because this will be a first for me. I have actually somehow, through my whole career on YouTube, have skidded by not having to do live readings. And I don't know how, because back in the day, Meat Locker would do these live streams, and he was somewhere like the beginning, now y'all be ready, we're gonna have live readings, and I'd be like, please no. And somehow we skidded by that we didn't have it. So and I'm sorry acting like a little homeless person. I'm cold, but I wanted to do this outside because I wish I could show you guys. There is a full moon, and it is quite beautiful. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, and I'm probably going to do a mistake trying to turn the camera. But I'm going to try to turn the camera for you guys. Well, if I can. Let's see. Whoop. Nope, not going to work. Never mind. This is a different stand than I'm used to. Now it's like I broke it. I think I really did break it. Wonderful. Teach me to mess with stuff, because now it's going to twist and turn. Should have never touched it. Should have never touched it. Anyway, leave it to me. If it's embarrassing, I will end up doing it. I'm not in the Midwest. I am in the South. I'm in Alabama. We have the craziest, moodiest weather here. And it wasn't always like that. We had our distinct weather patterns when I was a kid. But as I've grown up, it doesn't have patterns anymore. Like, we've spent years not having spring and fall. We just have summer, and then we go right into winter, and winter right into summer, and somehow we bypass spring and fall. So this is the first year, I would say, I'll be generous and just say 4 years, that we actually have had a fall. And I don't know what to think about it. Really don't. It's getting me in the mood for fall because it's now cool. But I don't know. Let's see. Go ahead and say this. I'm going to try to, guys, Halloween night, I'm going to try, we're having a party here at my house. It's a Halloween party. I'm going to try to either vlog it, which means it won't come out until later, or I'm going to live stream it. I'm thinking about live streaming because if I'm not mistaken, Is it Halloween on a Saturday this year? Or is it Friday? I think it's Saturday. We shall check and find out. Let's see. Nope, Halloween is on a Saturday. So usually I live stream on Friday, but I think on Halloween I'm going to live stream on Saturday. And what I'll try to do is just cut out the people who do not want to be in the live stream. So, but we're going to have a party, and I'll just cut out the people who, you know, kind of tell me they don't want to be in it and just be in the background. And I don't know, this is the first Halloween party I've hosted since I've been an adult, and I'm excited and scared, but I'm also more excited the fact that if I live stream it, you guys will join in. So I don't know. I'm also thinking that people might also be busy on Halloween. So I had no intentions of doing a Halloween party this year, but because of COVID, it's ruined everything. Mama Ivy decided that she was going to crack the leash down on our state and say we still have masks until November, and a lot of Halloween get-togethers have been canceled. Like, we have a block party in our town for Halloween, and the kids get dressed and they literally walk around the town and go trick-or-treating where it's more close-knit. They canceled it, but the neighboring town over is doing what they call Halloween in the Square. But all of my ex's family will probably be going to that, so guess who won't be there? So, yeah. All right, let's see. Let's go back to the chat because I've missed. Hi, Leon. How are you? I'm thinking about right now, Halloween is kicking off, and everywhere I've went, Halloween is blowing up. I guess everybody's trying to really hype up Halloween this year because of COVID. So I went into the store and I got this brilliant idea. The next time I go in the store, I think I'm going to do a vlog and start vlogging all the stuff that's in the store and goof off, and I don't know, just make a complete joke and be funny. Something different, something new, and it's mixing in Halloween with my funny random side, so that's something I want to do. I can't feel my fingers right now. Which, come to think of it, are you guys going to dress up for Halloween? And what are you dressing up as? Let's talk about this, because I said this is Halloween kickoff. We're going to talk about Halloween stuff tonight and have some fun. So I went into the store and they have all the Halloween costumes out, and they have some really great ones this year at the store. Usually when I walk into the store, it's kind of lame. You can be a cheaper hippie, or you can be like a little fox or a little bunny or a maid. Ooh la la. So I didn't know what to expect this year, but I walked into the store this year and they had steampunk. I am not gonna lie when I say that when I seen the steampunk costumes in the store, like it's just part of the costume. I'm gonna have to finish making the rest, so I gotta get my creative side out. I squealed right in the middle of the store, which frightened everybody 3 aisles over from me. I mean, you heard carts just away from me. They had the steampunk hat, the goggles, they had the makeup to where you can make yourself steampunk. And so I have been Googling nonstop cosplay and thinking about going all out this Halloween, since we're having a Halloween party, our first one at this house, and being steampunk. So one of my favorite bands is Steam Powered Giraffe, and they're on YouTube. And I don't know. There's 2 different versions you can be, and I don't want the pink hair. I just want to be me. So I'm just gonna go and do what I want to do. So let me read the chat and see what you guys are gonna be. Let's see. Leon, that's still a great costume. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I seen somebody carrying around a wand and the Book of Shadows, I would still give that like an A+ costume, because I mean, that's awesome. So blonde Harry Potter. Still great. You're in Slytherin, so you would have to be, since you're blonde, um, oh man, I just had the name in my head and went, um, really? It's steampunk? I will look it up. I'm serious. I'm going to screenshot this. I'm going to look it up. I love steampunk. I'm going to be honest with you. When Steam Power Giraffe first came out, everybody was trying to get me to listen to it. I'm like, no, 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 I'm not really into that. And then just so happened one day, somebody in a chat posted like a little thumbnail of one of their songs. So I'm like, dang it, I'm just going to click it. I clicked it and I started listening to it. And one of my favorite songs is Honeybee by Steam Power Giraffe. And oh, I don't know which version I like more, the original Honeybee or the later one. I think I like the later one more. And if I can remember later when this uploads, I will post a link to that music video in here. Malfoy, yes. I had it in my brain and it went, I read it back out. There's a steampunk tarot deck. I'm sorry, I love steampunk. Which when you look at me, you probably think, I wouldn't have pictured that. But I seen the other day, somebody posted a cosplay. It was steampunk, but it was Native American. And I was like, I'm dead. They posted two of my favorite, well, one of my favorite things and my heritage. So it's like, yes. Well, what you could dress up as is Draco if he wasn't bad. Does that make sense? I don't know. Thank you. Thank you for sending it to me. But anyway, I know there's several people in the chat. So what do you plan on doing anything for Halloween? Because I know with this COVID junk, it kind of has put a damper on stuff. A lot of us don't, so I was getting a notification from Twitter. That's another thing. I'm going to break down and say this, guys. You probably are not going to see me on Twitter for a while. I have finally just had the last straw with Twitter today. When I first started my YouTube channel, I loved Twitter. I loved being on it. It was so much fun. Such wonderful people that you could run into. And then through the years of being on Twitter, it's changed. I don't know if Twitter has changed or my perspective has changed. But today was kind of my breaking point with Twitter. I've already felt weird about Twitter the last couple weeks. It's been like hit and miss. Like I used to post things on Twitter and it got great. You know, people seem to engage. I like when people engage with each other's tweets or posts or videos. And then all of a sudden it was just like nothing was happening. Like nobody was noticing my tweets. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just not tweeting stuff that's interesting. And then 2 days ago, I had this woman and she like added at me that I was like hashtagging people and I was trying to hashtag things to get noticed. I was trying to hashtag to become famous. I don't really know what crawled up this woman's butt, but it really made me angry. And the next day she was like tagging me with other people to get other people. She wanted to shut down my Twitter account. And I ended up deleting all the posts that I posted that day because I have no really idea what set her off, but she got set off. And now I've noticed since this happened, like, I don't think anybody is seeing much of what I'm posting. Like, I posted like 15 different things today, and I don't think you can see half of them. So I'm like, okay, I'm done. I'm done with Twitter for a while. I'm taking a break. Not to be dramatic or nothing. I just don't want to, guys. I really don't. I'm not into fighting with people. I'm not into playing the teenage game. I just want to, I shouldn't say teenage, high school game. I don't know. I'm not really interested in it. And what's bad is I feel like I'm not connecting with people on Twitter. And so I'm like desperately trying to connect with people. And I just feel like I'm kind of being a baby or, clingy to everyone. Like, and I don't want it to come across like that's what I'm trying to do, is be clingy and get noticed. Like, notice me. It's just, I don't know. Twitter is a great place, or was a great place, to make friends and get to know people. And now it's kind of turned into, half the friends I used to have on Twitter are not either YouTubers, or they're busy, or they're just not around. Instagram, I seem to have a lot more luck. It feels more personal, more homey, and I like that. It's more one-on-one stuff. I like it. I know what you're talking about, Evil. I'm gonna be honest with you. When she added at me, and I wanted to lash out so hard at her. Like, look, I know, not to quote Filthy Frank, I mean, yay, we got a special snowflake today, guys, yay. Well, who hurt you? I mean, she just come at me swinging. And I was just like, and then she, I guess, tagged her boyfriend in on it, and he was like attacking me, and I'm like, I don't know what I did. But it's been a week. I noticed it is a full moon where I'm at. I don't know if it's a full moon where you're at, but maybe that's what's wrong with people this week, is the lunar cycle has messed with their brainwaves. Because I think I posted a comment on Joji's extravaganza promo, and some guy in all caps come out swinging with, I'm a sheep, and I'm one of Joji's new fan base, that only all I care about is that he's hot. And I mean, I'm gonna be honest with, that one made me laugh, because I immediately, just because it was Joji, I immediately started hearing Filthy Frank in the back of my head. Ooh, nobody gives a. Got special snowflakes, ladies and gentlemen. I almost commented back to that one, because I could have had a lot of fun, because I actually wasn't mad. I thought it was hilarious. But it's not worth it. Not worth my time. I have noticed that Twitter is becoming more like high school, like what you said, Evil. It's like a clique. And if you noticed it, you have like the top tier people on Twitter, that they hang out with each other. They're all usually YouTubers that have a better subscriber count. You barely can talk to a lot of them anymore. And it's not all of them, but you barely can talk to a lot of them. They feel like if you talk to them, all you're trying to do is suck up to them. And then you have like the middle Twitter people, which I used to be fit into that. And then you have the ones at the bottom that are just kind of trying to find out where they belong, which is where I'm at now. And I don't know, it feels like high school. And in high school, I didn't struggle, so I don't really want to do it now. So that's usually, I'm gonna be honest with you, that's usually when people comment stuff to you, it's because they're just wanting to get noticed. Because like the I think the or the comment I left on Joji's extravaganza promo had gotten a lot of attention, and immediately everybody was like, oh my gosh, I seen it too, I went back and watched it, I seen what you were talking about. And they were all leaving comments, and he come in leaving that comment and was probably just trying to get attention. And that's why I didn't address it, because grow up is what I was thinking in my head. And again, I hope I don't butcher your name, but hello, Nino17. How are you? Are you excited about Halloween? Are you gonna dress up, or are you just gonna like hide with the lights off? Because that's kind of what I've done off and on through the years. But this year, due to COVID, I am saying, let's do this. Yeah, get something to eat. Don't get your sugar to drop. No, don't do that. Okay, good. It's a full moon where you're at too. That makes me feel good, because apparently everybody's acting off. My mom's cat's acting off. My kids have been a little off. I've been a little off. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've been off this week. Not like so far off that I'm gonna struggle, but just off enough that I knew that I was off and I didn't like it, type of off. So I'm sorry for drinking. I usually don't drink or eat when I am vlogging or live streaming, but my throat is so dry with allergies and asthma. I had sort of an asthma attack earlier. So I will have to agree with you, Evil. I usually stay out of politics in any way, shape, or form. But I really, this is another reason why I took a break from horror for a while. It was about 3, 4 months ago, and I was getting to the point where I could start collabing with everybody, anybody. I was just going to message you if you wanted to collab, let's collab. And I started asking some people, and they were like, I don't know, I'm kind of busy right now. And that's fine. I'm not, that didn't bother me. But right after that, a bigger YouTuber got on Twitter. And I'm going to be honest with you, I believe they were one of the YouTubers I had privately messaged, because I wasn't trying to get attention. I privately messaged them and said, hey, I know that you're super duper busy, but if you ever find time, would you like to collab on my channel? I'll find the stories if you prefer, or you can find the stories, whatever is easiest for you. They never messaged me back. And then it was like a week later, I just left a big O, hello, how are you? I can't see who's coming into the chat. Outrum, we're just gonna leave it at that, because I don't have my eyes on, so I can't see everybody's name real good. But like a week later, they messaged, I messaged everybody on Twitter saying, hey, if you want to collab, just hit me up, we will collab. And I was starting to line up some stuff, and two of the bigger YouTubers left a big old nasty thing on their Twitter feed saying, I'm getting so sick and tired of these little bitty channels basically begging for collabs and basically wanting to use us bigger YouTubers to get started. And they may not have just necessarily been mentioning me, but it bothered me. Us smaller YouTubers not necessarily are hitting up bigger YouTubers to get noticed. I think what it is like, if you read anything about like how to on YouTube, they tell you to collab with people in your community and work with others and spread your name out there. I don't think it's like they're trying to suck up to you, or they're trying to use you to get further in their career. They're just trying to do what everybody does. And I'm trying to think of some of these bigger YouTubers. Did you guys never collab with people that were bigger than you? I mean, somebody told me at one time that I needed to message Lazy Masquerade and hit him up for a collab, because another YouTuber did that, and he was like totally awesome about it. Next thing, that YouTuber blew up. And I don't know, I just, after that comment from a couple of bigger YouTubers, I was just like, I'm not going to get into it. And then I kind of just didn't want to do horror much anymore. And it doesn't matter who it is, because I'm not one of those people that like just call out people and start drama. I don't like drama, but I will DM you. You probably do, because I think it caught me off guard. Two of the people who posted it were YouTubers I looked up to and have worked with before. And so when they made that reference, I thought, is that what they think about us? So if we're like me, I'm struggling. Does anybody else having trouble with their YouTube channel? I got up to 5,000 subscribers, and then YouTube did a purge. When they did the purge, we dropped down to 4,800. And then it gradually got back up, and then now I've noticed like it got up to almost 5,000 again, and now each day I lose like 1 or 2 subscribers, and we're back down to 4,880. I don't know what YouTube's doing, but please leave my channel alone. I'm trying to grow it. I'm not trying to do this to just milk the system or be famous. I'm trying to grow my channel, YouTube. Stop pestering me. Let's see. All right. I'm sorry you're trying to watch this and you're also helping your son. I'm sorry. I tried to do these live streams a little bit later, but I'm afraid if I do it too late, a lot of people may not want to show up. Because like right now, my kids are pretty much getting themselves together and, watching television, getting ready for bed. So, back with pumpkin spice. I wish you could pass it through the phone. I'm trying to let it get to me because I didn't start my YouTube channel to have big numbers. I mean, I would like to grow my channel because the more you grow it, the bigger the audience. And of course, I want to hit a bigger audience because I enjoy doing this. I enjoy YouTube. Well, I don't enjoy YouTube, but I enjoy making content. Um, so I've just gotten to the point now. I'm like, it is what it is. I'm hoping that I can hit some type of algorithm that YouTube's like, yay, you've made it. And gotta do the jazz hands for it. So, oh, and Leon, I think it was you in the last live stream, we were talking about pumpkin Cheerios. I went and got me some. I got me 3 boxes. I had cracked that baby open and it was lunchtime. And I'm like, you know what? I don't care. I am going to have a big bowl of cereal for lunch. My mom come in and I was just chowing down on my cereal and she's like, you do know it's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And I went, I don't care. I'm going to eat my pumpkin Cheerios. And I have. I've enjoyed it. In fact, today I went to Walmart and I was like, you know what? I'm getting me another box. We're going to stock up this stuff. I was really upset. That just squirted up my nose. I went to get some pumpkin spice coffee and they didn't have none. They had mocha, they had vanilla, but no pumpkin spice coffee. Made me sad. Oh, look, another glorious pumpkin spice cereal. Yay! I had to narrate that, sorry. Speaking of which, while I'm talking to you guys, I'm going to kind of lightly get out of the chat and see if I can look up a short horror story. Are you guys interested in horror readings on the live stream tonight, or do you guys just want to stick to chatting? I'm fine with either one. So, I mean, I'm not going to be hurt if you say, let's just chat tonight, or no, I'm kind of would like to hear a horror story. I'm just kicking off Halloween. So I wanted to talk about Halloween costumes and if you're planning on doing anything for Halloween, because I know, like I said, I know it's hard. Me, I'm torn. I was going to dress up as a Native American. And I know that it's not actually stereotypically correct to dress up as a Native American, but I am Native American, so I think I can kind of do what I want at this point. But anyway, because I read something a couple of months ago about stereotypical or politically correct costumes. Like, you shouldn't dress up as like if you're not Asian, you shouldn't dress up as Asian. If you're not Native American, you shouldn't, you know, it's kind of offensive. And I was just like, when did this start? But anyway, like me, I'm thinking about going as steampunk this year, but I'm like going to break out and do total steam powered giraffe makeup. I'm going to look like a little robot. And I've already started practicing. I went down and bought some makeup to do it. But I'm thinking about doing a vlog where I go in and like I'm gonna like show you the costumes in the stores right now and goof off. Just legitimately be crazy. So I think we shall try this and see what happens. Because somebody sent me an email yesterday, and this kind of altered my mood a little bit. It kind of upset me. They sent me an email saying like a little wait, hold on, I missed something in the chat. Hold on a sec. I was looking up stories and I missed something in the chat. Hold on. Work. I'm using my old Android because I'm using my Apple, my iPhone to record, and I can't talk, so yes, I agree, Leon. A lot of times when people go to pronounce that, because see, I'm gonna be honest with you, the first time I heard it, somebody looked at me and said Sam Hain, and I went, I just really don't think that's how I've heard it pronounced, but I just went with it because, you know, again, we're in the South, you never know how things are gonna go. But you're right, yeah, you're right. It's pronounced a different way. And then like that, my brain went, I forgot what we were talking about. I guess my mind is focused on trying to find a horror stories, some short horror stories. And hopefully my voice can take it. Now I just found this website that has a bunch of short creepypastas that are supposed to be chilling. But I think I've read some of these like back when my channel first started. But I don't know if that matters because that's been what, 2.5 years? Can you guys remember stories that I did 2 years ago? Can you? Let's see. Anyway, I got an email. Somebody sent me an email saying, it was like a link to an article, and it was an article from Reddit talking about vloggers. And see, I am a vlogger slash horror narrator now. And they were talking about how a lot of people are sick of vloggers and stuff like that. And I was like, this is just a week of disappointments. I'm going to assume that the full moon has brought out the disappointments this week. Oh, let me go back to the chat and see if I've missed anything or anybody coming in. Because I've gotten so many Twitter messages, people trying to ask me where I'm at. Jeff the Killer stories are back. Oh my gosh, you're joking. Like, are they like new stories from Jeff the Killer? Or like just the old ones are resurfacing again? My chat's really slow on this phone. I'm sorry, guys. There's a poor doggy. That doggo next over there is just having issues. I want to like hug it and say, it's okay, doggo. Let's see. Let me check and see if anybody's emailed me or messaged me any stories. Because I don't want to like just pick one and you guys be like, no. No. Let's see. Okay, so there's no messages. Well, I got messages, but it has nothing to do with the live stream. Let's see. And for some reason, this phone is not... I can see messages popping up on this screen, but I'm not seeing any... What's this? Somebody just sent me... Okay, somebody just sent me a link. Wait, sorry. What's going on? Ooh, what's this? It looks interesting. Are you guys interested in... I think I just seen somebody walk behind me. Nosiness. Are you guys interested in doing any readings, or do you guys want to chat? I like either one, so I'm not going to be like, but for some reason this chat is not loading, and it's upsetting me because there we go, now it's loading. I got to scroll back up. Oh, well, cool. Out of all the stories that you remember is Red Popsicles. I'm going to be honest with you, I had to take it off the channel due to a court drama I've got going on right now. I took it off the channel. I really love that story. I'm just going to be honest with you. Red Popsicles, the first time I read it, it provoked so many emotions. And then it had places where a child was talking, and as a girl. And it's about a mom. And my daughter, my oldest at the time, I'm going to say she was probably 4. And she always showed such a big emotion for what I was doing. So I took her down to the basement, and that's why I recorded, to get away from the sounds. And I told her what to say. And before I would tell her the line, I would tell her, this is the emotion I need you to have. I need you to have, like really sad and hurting. And she just went over the top. I mean, she was 4 and she broke out, and I looked at my ex, and I said, oh my gosh, she's a natural. I really need to put her in acting classes, because she blew me away. And I'm gonna be honest with you, some of the best acting that I've done in a creepypasta was in that one. Because legitimately, I was so torn up reading that story that I'm starting to get emotional now. That by the time I got to the end of the story, what you're hearing on the video was legitly me all in. I think I woke up half the house when I recorded it because like there's points where I had to get emotional and just get all in it, and I had to take it off the channel due to issues. That's all I can say right now. And it still makes me mad. Okay, let me go back up. I missed a lot. Hey, Immunity, how are you? I totally missed that. Let's see. I'm trying to go over the chat. I missed some stuff. Okay, what sounds are you getting? Because, I mean, I've got some cars every once in a while, and there's a little bit of wind and a dog in the background. Other than that, maybe I'm too far away from the camera. Of course, I'm usually this far away, so I don't know. Let me know if it keeps happening, because I hope not. Okay. I hope not. It might be lagging. I'm sorry, guys. My internet is lagging because my children have discovered Roblox. And so each one of them is on Roblox playing with each other. And it just zaps my internet. So well, thank you. That makes me feel good because to this day, my oldest is so proud because so far she was able to do 3 stories with me. One was called Candy, one was called Red Popsicles, and the other one, we made it a big family thing. It was me, my ex, and my oldest did a story. And I'm going to be honest with you. Watching her do these stories, I knew that at some point she's going to get into acting because she just already has the flair. And my mom was listening to these stories and she's like, you know, that's how you were as a child. So I was like, I just pray that she doesn't listen to everybody else, and if she wants to act, she gets into it. So is it fuzzy like the picture or the sound? Because yes, my sweater is fuzzy and warm. I broke out and bought my first fuzzy sweater, and I like it. Yes, Roblox. Yes. I'm so mad because I think it was their cousin. I think it was their cousin that introduced them to that when we were still living in a different place. And I'm so thankful that she introduced them to that. And I seriously mean that hard eye roll right now. I don't like Roblox. I don't see why kids like it. They seem to get so agitated while they're playing it. You just see them, ooh, and just smacking that phone, and I'm like, that's how I feel when I'm uploading a video on YouTube and there's like 90 errors. I don't know if a game upsets you that bad. I'll freely admit, between my ex and my kids playing games, I will probably never play another game in my life. I'm just, no joke. I'll stick to my card crawl game and that's it. I'm just going to stick to that. I was going to say something, my brain went. But you got to be careful on Roblox. I had to go in there and change their settings because a certain somebody started messaging my oldest one and freaked her out. I kind of felt like she was being threatened by them. But anyway. Are killer clowns back? Like, legitly, are they back? What's wrong, anime? Is it something I said? Is it a mood because of something I said? I hope not. Oh my gosh, they're back. Like, are they like hiding in places and scaring people, or have they like progressed into full on like, oh no, I don't like clowns to begin with. I'm gonna be honest with you. If I see a clown, I'm just gonna be like, and run away. I don't like clowns. Again, like 2000. Oh, I'm glad you get it too, because a lot of times if I mention Roblox, people are like, "Oh, Roblox is great," and I'm like, okay. Watching my kids play, I don't find it great. I literally have to limit phone time because they could stay on. Like, I almost will guarantee my mom will go in there because they're laying in their bed playing to wind down for the day and go to bed. They're probably in there smacking their phone, screaming, and my mom's like, "Give me the phone. Give me the phone." So I don't have a clown phobia. Like, I mean, I can see clowns and it doesn't bother me. But for some reason, I was raised in the 90s and parents raised their kids with stranger danger. We legitimately are supposed to look at every person who is a stranger like, you're probably a psycho. And from the time I was a kid to even now, parents tell you about stranger danger, but yet they will hire a complete stranger to play a clown at a birthday party, or whatever. I don't know how many things I went to as a kid where they had clowns, and I don't know. I was like, as a kid, I remember being 6 and I was at this get together with a clown, and I was sitting there staring at this clown, and my mom's like, "Go there, get a picture with it, get a picture with it." And I'm like, "But you told me about stranger danger. I don't know this clown. I don't know who's under that makeup. They could be weird." Only to find out as an adult how many people have dressed up as clowns and murdered children or people and stuffed them in their floorboards. And you were the same parents who told me about stranger danger. But I'm the weird one for saying I don't like clowns. I mean, I don't have a clown phobia, but when I see a clown, I'm just like, you come near me and I scream fire. That's another thing we learned in the 90s. You don't scream anything else but fire, and people are supposed to notice you better. Okay, hold on a second. Let's see. Axe. Baseball bat. Y'all packing tonight. I have to do it 1 second. What? You had a clown chase you at SeaWorld? Oh my gosh. That makes me think of a story. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Okay. Back when I was a teenager, there was this big popular Halloween attraction close to where I live. So in between here and the next biggest city. It was called, what was it called? The Corn Maze. And of course, when you hear the corn maze, you just legitimately think it's a corn maze, but they literally took a humongous corn maze and they cut paths through it, and you had to go through these paths, and you were chased. You were you weren't supposed to be grabbed. Every time I went, I got grabbed and fondled. I didn't really much care for it. Anyway. And they were dressed up as like Jason, clowns, Michael, Freddy, just everything you can think of, they dressed up as it. And so I remember the first year I went, I was young. That wasn't too bad. I was legitimately scared because I think I might have been 12 the first time I went. So every year we went, and we would go as a big group of us. I mean, there would be like 20 of us, and we considered it like date night. And this last time I went, one of the times I went, I was probably like 16. And my parents let me drive all by myself, which was a big deal because this was like a 45-minute drive to have to drive to it. So I was driving and I had friends riding with me. And we get there, and I just, the feeling, the smell of the popcorn and the food, and they even had like porta potties, and we were just like so excited for this stuff. And I was excited because like I was a big girl that year. I was allowed to go by myself with my friends and my younger cousins. I mean, we were just piled into my Mustang and we just vroom. And we get there and I'm so excited, and I'm a little bummed because I was, you know, just 16 and a lot of people were dating and I wasn't at the time. And I get in there and we're walking through this corn maze and like this clown lunged out me. And I'm like, dude, not funny. And I just kept walking. Well, they're not supposed to touch you and they're really not supposed to follow you. They just do their little stunt where they go. This clown followed me from the beginning of the corn maze. So we're going through like guillotines and bloody patches. I mean, you're going through like this corn maze of death. And this clown's following me, and Jason, no, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy, Leatherface, he had a real chainsaw minus the blade, and he was revving it, and he like come down across like the back of my foot and barely like grazed the back of my leg. And I mean, I was mad now because I got hurt and I wasn't supposed to. And so this clown's now following me. And I mean, he's literally like in my hair, like breathing on me. And I'm like, dude, you're not supposed to be following me. You're not supposed to touch me. And sure enough, about 2 minutes later, he like walks up behind me and like grabs me and like lifts me up and like starts taking me into the corn. And I'm like at this point thinking, I think I'm being abducted. And I don't know. I end up getting drugged for a good bit and it was not supposed to be part of it. And I think later I found out like the guy that had done it was friends with one of my friends, and he thought it was funny to do that to flirt with me. I guess near-death experiences and being abducted was supposed to make me go, yay, let's date. I was only 16 and literally thought I was being abducted. I had nightmares, and this is why I don't like clowns, because it was a clown that tried to take me. And I mean, he drugged me off for a good bit. I was away from the people I was with. And he sits me down into the field and he's like pacing around me. And I'm literally just like, this is not supposed to happen. We signed a thing where you're not supposed to touch me. And I'm like screaming at him and he starts laughing and then walks off. And I'm in the middle of the corn and I have no idea where I'm at. And I'm just like, so at least that was the last year I went. And I never told my parents, which I hope my mom's not watching right now. I never told my parents because later I found out my friend's like, oh, that's so-and-so. I think he likes you. He wants to date you. And I'm like, ain't gonna happen now. So yeah, I love the corn maze. I actually miss it. I was hoping that we're gonna have it this year because I'm now older and I don't scare as easy as I did probably at 16. But I was gonna take my oldest daughter, and then I started thinking about that experience and thought, nah, not gonna take my daughter. Let's see. Now, let me go back up. I've missed some stuff. I almost did. I'm going to be honest. When it went down, it was a night of horror because, like, they're not supposed to touch you. They're not supposed to come near you. And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy brought down that chainsaw, and I wasn't really worried about it because there was no blade in it, but it still had like the chain on it. And when he come down, it caught the back of my leg, and when it did, I mean, it gashed my leg. And now he legitimately stopped and was like, and like, you know, trying to apologize without saying anything, and other people noticing. I didn't say too much because it was an accident. He probably misjudged how close he was and got me. That's a bad thing about going to stuff like that. But the clown guy, I'm gonna be honest with you, he got smacked a couple of times, and I don't know. I know I hit him a couple of times because that's probably why I got plopped into the corn maze and left, because I was like, I was pretty feisty as a teenager. So I'm not going to go into detail how feisty I was. The disappearance of Ashley Morgan. I'm gonna screenshot that. Like, is it a long story, like 15 plus minutes, or is it like shorter? Because I like the title. The title has caught me. The disappearance of Ashley Morgan. Okay, this isn't the 1820s, people. What are we talking about? Did I miss something? Yeah, he did blow his chance. I thought about getting a restraining order at that point. It's sad. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really like sad stories. And I think the reason why I like sad stories is when I first started my YouTube channel, I did some stories on oh, I forgot his name, the name of his channel. Okay, it's 25-30 minutes. I may do that story because not tonight. I don't think I have the stamina for it. But when I first started my channel, I got a big break. It was 6 months into my channel, and Mortis Media messaged me and wanted me to collab with him. And I'm gonna be honest with you, looking back now, I wish I wouldn't have collabed with him so soon, because I was so inexperienced at 6 months in that I look back at the collab and I cringe a little. But somebody made a comment that it seemed like, and this person went to almost like every collab I was in and commented the same thing, but it just kind of struck me. So I didn't hurt my feelings, but I wanted to do so much better to prove to this Giacomo that I wasn't what he said. He kept commenting on every collab I was on, saying that I couldn't act, I couldn't understand why in the world anybody would want to listen to me. I was just so bland and so boring. And so I didn't take offense to it, but the first thing I thought was, well, fine, you think I'm so bland and boring. I'm going to break out some heavy hitting stories and show you that I'm not a one-trick pony. And so that's when I set out and I found like red popsicles. And there was a couple of collabs that me and Meat Locker did together that I broke out and had to involve acting. And I noticed after I broke out and started hitting some of those stories, I never seen this person comment again. So that's kind of one of those points where they didn't leave constructive criticism, but it kind of backfired in their face. So I do like the sadder stories because, let's be honest, sadder stories you have to pull out ranges of emotion from just normal to full-blown crying. And even though you guys can't see that I'm just shedding tears, you can hear it, and that's what I want. So if the short story has like a lot of emotions to provoke, I'll just put a trigger warning. I'll put a trigger warning. I don't think I've done a trigger warning in a long time because I don't think trigger warnings are as big a deal as it used to be. Because when we first started our YouTube channels, dude, you better put a trigger warning on something, because if you don't, you will have somebody like just in the comments. And I had it happen a couple of times. Let's see. You need to find what story, Evil? Okay, definitely a trigger warning, because then I'll make sure I put that in there. Is it like an NSFW, or is it just a story that I should put trigger warning? Because I always thought if you put NSFW on stuff and it wasn't NSFW, it kind of implied there's probably going to be triggers in there. So, thank you. I really loved doing the Aunt Carol stories. Oh, I'm sorry that you got to go, but thank you for stopping by. It really means a lot to me for you stopping by. I love doing the Aunt Carol stories. I mean, I usually, I know this sounds bad. A lot of times when people send me like collabs and they're really, really long, I will go through and find my parts and just kind of read them. But the Aunt Carol story was so good that I didn't do it with that one. I literally read everybody's part, and I loved it. I loved reading it. Okay, if I'm going to do a dry read of it and I start crying, then it's probably definitely a story that I want to do, for sure. I'm sorry, like, I'm seeing your messages come up on the camera, but it takes it another 10-15 seconds to pop up here. So if I'm lagging, it's not y'all's fault. It's this right here. I may start doing that too. I may do it with my horror videos, is just do a disclaimer like, hey, this may have some sensitive issues. Be advised type of attitude. Because I don't want to start back doing horror again and people just start getting upset about stuff. Because I do miss horror. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I had this conversation with somebody the other day. Everybody has been asking me, like, why are you not doing horror? And there's legitimately like 15 reasons why I stopped for a while. One, I just wasn't feeling it. Two, there's so much going on with the horror community that I let it bother me about reading stories. And three, I just kind of felt like, I don't know, I just felt like it wasn't for me. So I've kind of found a happy medium where I can do both horror and do more me. I'm more of a funny person. I like to joke, I like to have fun. And horror is great, but not all the time. But yet when I sit down and start reading horror stories, I just feel like I'm in that groove again and it's where I need to be. So it's a catch-22. I don't really want to do it, but I love doing it. But that's me for you. It's true. Horror is semi where the heart is. I miss it. I always, like, I got in this conversation with somebody the other day and they're like, I don't understand why you do. And I'm sorry if my chair's making sounds. I don't understand why I don't understand what you're saying, why you don't want to do it anymore. And I'm like, I don't know if I don't want to do it anymore. When I started my horror channel or my YouTube channel, it was purely by accident, like I said in past videos, purely by accident. The person that started me into horror narrations, like I was watching a ton of horror narrators, like Creeps McPasta and all the OGs of the beginning, and I never thought in my mind that I could do something like that. And this person needed me to do lines for them because this person, my ex, got involved as a writer on Reddit, and these YouTubers found him, and they had just started their channels. So one of them was the Dark Somnium, and the other one was Nico. Um, at that time, Dark Somnium probably, I'm gonna say that he was at maybe 2,000-3,000 subscribers, and Nico had maybe 50. And I got introduced to both of them, and my ex was like, I'm going to get into this. And they were trying to start a YouTube channel called Terramil, where all four of us would do joint efforts on this horror channel. And I was all for that. I didn't really want a channel. I would just help them out because they needed a female narrator. And in the beginning, I was just all they had to work with. And then after I did my first horror narration, they were like, we're glad we have you. And my first experience with horror was not good. It was terrible. The person, my ex, was trying to instruct me on how to act. I'm a free spirit. I kind of know what I want to do, and that's what I'm going to do. And he was trying to tell me, no, this is what you're going to do with these lines. This is what I want from you. So, and it might get fuzzy. I didn't think about this. When I hit the camera, it jars. That might be why the camera is fuzzy, because I keep smacking the table. And so he started instructing me on how to act. And by the time we got done, it was 5 lines and I was the villain, which was amazing. I love playing a villain. And after the 5 lines and an hour and 30 minutes later, I looked at him and said, I will never work with you again. Don't you dare ask me to do lines, and don't you dare ever tell me how to act. Well, he made me mad, and I wasn't going to do it anymore. I flat said I wasn't going to do horror anymore with him. And Nico messaged me. He's like, hey, Lily, chill. You got this. Don't give up because of him. Start. And so I did. And so in the beginning, my channel started off with somebody else picking the stories. I think in the beginning, the only 2 stories that I picked that were mine in the very beginning was the night Santa knocked on my door and A Pig is Still a Pig. Those were the first 2. Well, Pig is Still a Pig was a story that he brought to me and I picked it. But those are the first 2 stories that I picked and put on my channel. But in the beginning, I just read them, he edited, and he uploaded. So it was not even really my channel. It was his channel with me on it. And then the more I started reading these stories and getting into them, the more I wanted to do this. So you can, like I said, you can see where the channel took off from his perspective to my perspective. And I think I've struggled trying to find where I want to be, but you can tell clearly in the channel where I started slowly taking over at least the picking of the story portion. That's about when I started collabing. My first collab was with Meat Locker on my channel. And that's the point you can see where I started picking the stories. And I started writing. Because see, I was a writer before I started narrating. I still write and just don't tell people. I've actually heard a couple of narrators narrate my stories, and because they were just unknowns, I didn't put my name to them, and I was like, but anyway, I'm more of a writer in the beginning, but you can see where the channel started to change, and then of course you can see where I started struggling, and now I think I'm finding where I want to be on my own channel, but I remember back in the day, like, Dark Somnium, he worked with all of us. And me and him have messaged a couple of times saying that we need to get back together and do some stories. I still find it funny. Because originally when we all started our channels, it was the Dark Somnium, Nico Wanderlust, and me and my ex. And it was amazing when we first started. And then we started adding more and more people with collaborations, and it was just amazing, amazing work. And he messaged me the other day. He's like, "Hey, I heard that you and your ex split. I can't believe you and Nico broke up." And I went, me and Nico are just friends. He lives in England. I live in Alabama. We're friends. You and Nico were never married?" And I'm like, "No, nope, never been married. We're just friends." And he could not remember my ex for nothing. I'm not joking. He literally did not know who my ex was. And that's the person he met. He met my ex before he met me. I only met these wonderful other narrators because he got me into this. And so hearing Dark Somnium, I'm like, "You don't remember who I was married to?" And he's like, "Nico, that's really all this time I thought you and Nico were together." And I was like, I'm trying not to laugh because me and him I've been good friends since we started. And I just thought that was hilarious. I ended up telling him, like, "No, me and Nico are just good friends. That's it. Never been anything else." I'm like, "Do you not remember?" And I said the person's name. He's like, "Nope, he must have been oh, my neighbors are home, so I need to lower my voice. Sorry, guys. On Friday nights they leave, and so I can kind of be a little loud, but they're back, so I need to kind of lower my voice." But I thought it was hilarious. I mentioned his name, and he's like, "No, I don't remember him at all." And I was like, "Oh, shh, bear, bear." Yes, Kevin and Karen are home. "Hey, you want to say hi to everyone? Come here. Come here, babies. Come here, you want to say hi to everyone." No, not my mouth. Say hello. Say hello, bear, bear. Sit right here. Right here. Not my mouth. Anyway, this is Bear Bears. This is Bear Bears. I know they're barking next door. I know he's barking next door. It's okay. He's a good boy. Say, I had a rough night last night. Our dog, he's a little bitty Pom. He's not a regular Pom. He's a miniature. And my ex threw the dog a couple of times, and now he has seizures. So don't drink no water out of that. Bear, bear. Bear, bear, bear. Fluffball. Quit drinking weird water. And so now he has seizures. So he had a seizure last night. So that really kind of tore my nerves up because I'm attached to this dog. I'm not big on small dogs, but I'm so attached to him. What do you mean Irish whiskey? I'm being good. Yes. He threw my dog. My dog hates my ex before anything ever happened to him. And one night, in particular, my dog Bear walked over to my ex and peed in his shoe and pooed right next to it. I thought it was funny because, you know, dogs usually do that when they're kind of telling you they don't like you. And so needless to say, when he did that, he got mad and threw the dog. Quit drinking water. That's bad water. Eewee, eewee, eewee. And so, yeah. So needless to say, after that, my dog went and stayed with my mom until we moved. So that was toward the end, anyway. I agree with you. I agree with you, Leon. I don't wish harm to people, but in that case, when that happened to the dog, just gonna be good. He is a little puffball, and he thinks he's 80 pounds because every time something goes down, he's like, it won't shut up. Don't start. No, don't barky bark. No, no. I don't know if I remember the recasting from Aunt Carol. I don't know. It's so long ago. My little brain can't handle it very well. I just always felt bad because I was one of the, I was always late, kind of late sending my lines in because I always got mixed up on the dates. And I was always like a day late. I always felt bad about that because I never wanted to be the person that was late to send in lines. And I just now recently discovered, I didn't know this. When somebody asks you to do lines for them as a narrator, they're expecting you to do them within 24 to 48 hours of initially asking you. I didn't know that was proper protocol. So I'm in year, going on 3 of YouTubing, or am I in 3? Somewhere in there. And I just found out that when somebody asks you to do lines, they are expecting them done within 24 to 48 hours. So I'm now understanding why a lot of narrators stop asking me to narrate, because I would send it anywhere 3 to 6 days. I mean, I would ask them, in all fairness, do you need these lines right away? And if they didn't give me like a date, I try to get to them within 3 to 4 days. Sometimes 7, depending on the work. Because back then, when I started my YouTube channel, I mean, I had small children, really small children, and was working at home as well as YouTubing. So oh, I didn't know that. Wow, okay. I didn't know that. When I've asked people to do lines for me, I literally would ask, in some cases I would ask for like a month. Like, you have a month. Bear. You booby. Okay, go back inside. It's too cold for you. Where are you? Go back in. Go back in. Stop with the whistle. When I ask people to do lines for me, I would never have asked to do 24 to 48 hours, because I just know how hard that is. If you want to do it in 24 to 48 hours, but I would never ask it. But I would always ask people, try to, like, a month. Like, you have a month. This is when I need it. I would give you like a date. Or the shortest I ever asked somebody for lines was, hey, is a week, preferably a week, too soon for you? If not, 2 weeks. I mean, just kind of, I always try to make sure I ask people for lines within plenty of reasonable time to get it for me. And when it was Meat Locker, I always made sure I asked a month in advance, and so when I needed it, I could just start rushing him toward the end of it. Yeah, 7 to 14 days. I mean, that was always the shortest distance I ever asked somebody. Now, of course, there was instances where I messaged like Meat Locker, or back in the day there was other narrators like, hey, if you can't do it, just go ahead and let me know this. Can you real quickly do me 2 lines? And I totally will make it up for you if you can do it within the next, I don't know, 24 hours. But it's only a couple of lines, and if you can, you don't have to edit it. Just send me the unedited stuff and I'll edit. I just need your lines. And but it was, I don't know, I've never really just messaged somebody and been like, I need it now. But apparently the bigger narrators, they expect, when they say collab or lines or stories they send you, they are expecting it relatively quick. So I now understand what people that I've worked with in the past don't want to work with me anymore, because I didn't know that was an unwritten rule that they're expecting 24 to 40 hours. But what their narrators don't understand is, I know that YouTubing is apparently your career profession and you're making enough money that you don't have to work. Me, I'm having to work, and I have a family, and I'm doing this. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm hoping one day that maybe I can be in the same situation as a lot of other narrators where I'm like, oh, dude, I don't have to work. I got this that I'm doing. But I'm not there at all, so, and it's not a big deal either. 6 months. It's true, bless him, and he knew it too. He would be like, we had to this day we have a project that was started and never finished. It was a brother and sister story, but they're both I think like murderers, but they're like, they kind of tell that they're more childlike, and they go back and forth in the story, and it was like 6 parts to the story. And I messaged him because at that time me and him worked so much together, and it was just easier to talk to him than anybody else. And I messaged him, I'm like, there's 6 parts. I think we could do this. I think we got the mojo for this. And we started and we did the first part. And I wasn't going to upload the first part till like we were on part 3. That way it gave me some, because I was editing for it. And we got 1 part done. And that was it. And then every time he came back to narrate, I'm like, let's do part 2. ML, let's do part 2. And he'd be like, okay, I'm doing it tonight. And then I messaged him, he's like, I forgot. And I'm like, and then he would disappear for a while, and I'm like, I give up, meat locker. I'm done with this, I'm over it. And he'll message me, I'm working on the story, and I'm like, no, you're not working on the story. You forgot again. And I can rag on him because even he knows that what I'm saying is true, so I don't feel too bad. Let's see. Hello, new to the chat. Hello. I'm trying to think. How are you doing? People keep sending me messages. I got my messenger, like my personal Facebook messenger keeps blowing up over here. Over here, people are messaging me on Twitter asking me stuff. And then down here, I have the live chat. So I'm like, oh my goodness. I pushed something. Stop. What are you doing? Hello, James. How are you doing? Quietness is a tough. I'm going to be honest with you. I thought when school started back, the quiet level would get there. It hasn't. The old place I lived, we had redneck neighbors that fired guns and screamed and yelled and hooped and hollered. And the funniest thing that they did is they had like a 4-wheeler. And this, I'm going to say that he had to be like 18 or 19. He would like be half naked and have like a boom box strapped to the back of his 4-wheeler and just go zooming through the woods playing rap country. And I was just like, I'm trying to record. And then his dogs would get to howling, and I'm like, and it was all hours of the day and night, so I struggled up there. Let's see. I'm doing pretty good. I cannot complain. I'm sitting outside, and I think right now it is about 52 degrees. I think is what it said. For me, that's cold right now. For my asthma, it's cold. Other than that. Oh, the reason why it probably went away on Facebook, I did a boo-boo on my Facebook. Several of stalker people from where I live found my Facebook account and started raiding it. And I don't know what I was trying to do, but I was clicking around and I deleted my own Facebook account. I'm not joking. I deleted my own Facebook account. Let's see. Are you from Alabama? Oh my gosh. That's where I'm at. Maybe it's not 52 degrees. Hold on, shall Google. Google. I'm used to my iPhone. So when I get on my Android, I feel like a total idiot. Let's see. I'm sorry for the weirdness. Like I said, asthma has been really bad. Weather. Oh, no, it's 50 degrees right now where I'm at. Okay, so I feel okay. Where I'm at, it's 50 degrees. So I was scared to death. I was like, oh no. I messed up. And we're not used. You're Mobile. Awesome. I am further up north of Alabama. Okay, Evil, you said, oh crap. What's wrong? Roll Tide, yes. I'm gonna be honest with you, when it comes to Alabama football, I love both Auburn and Alabama until they head off each other. Then I'm torn because I got a full scholarship to Auburn, and Alabama wanted to sit and meet with me and everything, so I feel torn. I love both of them, but yet Auburn. Let's see. Okay. Like I said, the chat is struggling on my thing. Yes, I accidentally deleted my Facebook account. I don't know what I was doing. I was just clicking around because I don't understand Facebook. I'm not a genius when it comes to this stuff at all. And I started clicking around, and I am not even sure what in the world I did, but I deleted it, and now I have no Facebook account, and I don't even know if I want to mess with it. So, okay, so it's cooling down for everybody. It's 65 where you're at, Evil. And it's 63 where James is at. And it's 50 here. I'm not used to this because I'm literally sitting outside and I have like my fuzzy sweater on. This is my first fuzzy sweater. I broke down and got me a fuzzy sweater because I'm cold-natured. Wait, did somebody just say 48 here? Dear Lord, where are you at? 48 degrees. Of course, it's only 2 degrees colder than where I'm at here. Anyway, it's late for me. My brain's shutting off. I really do love spring and fall. Somebody is hiring me. Hold on a second. Wait. Like I said, this phone is behind. I get messages up here and it takes... Hello, the Bogs. Oh yes, I would love some tea right now. Tennessee. Supposed to be 37. Oh, I'm actually kind of wondering what temperature is supposed to be here now because everybody's talking about temperatures. How cold is... Oh, it's supposed to be 42 here. I'm not ready for this. I like it, but I don't. Because I'm sitting outside with my little furry boots and socks and... Ooh, hot chocolate. Yay, I like hot chocolate. Does it have the little marshmallows in it? I like the little marshmallows. It's only 21:33. I feel like I should know this, but I do not understand. It is late. Don't wreck my brain. Today I went out job hunting because I moved to a new area. With COVID and everything like this, I needed to get a new job. And so I went out job hunting today, and I've been out all day. I got a job interview Monday, so I'm nervous about this because this new job is literally going to be 6 days a week from like, I think they said 8 in the morning to 2 or 3 in the afternoon, 6 days a week. And I'm in my mind going, when on God's green earth am I going to sit down and be able to work on my channel? So I think this weekend, before I go for the interview Monday, I'm going to sit down and try to get ahead maybe 2 weeks, so that way it's not so much of a struggle working into work. Because I don't know, when I went in to talk to them about a job, they seemed very interested in me starting, She took my stuff back to the manager. The manager came back out and was like immediately, like, we want you to interview Monday. The head manager will be here and he'll interview you and show you around. And the first thing I thought to myself is if he's going to interview me and show me around and let me get to know everybody and what I would be doing, then it sounded like that they were already kind of planning on me being hired unless I just completely bomb the interview. So that's kind of what it sounded like. So I think I'm going to have a job, and I'm nervous. I mean, it's going to be a lot of work. I'm going to have to a lot of nights stay up after everyone goes to bed and work on stuff to get ahead. Live streaming on Fridays, I'm going to have to start promptly at 8 and be done no later than 9:30, 10 o'clock, because I'm going to have to get up the next day and go to work. And this is going to be hard, but we're going to do it. We're going to keep doing it till the wheels fall off. But anyway. Oh, so the little hot chocolate has little marshmallows. Yay! I like those. I'm a simple creature. I like the simplest things. Oh, you're moving to Oregon? Oh, man, I imagine that is going to be a change from Texas to Oregon. At one point, I had thought about moving further up north because I have family in like Oklahoma, Illinois, Missouri, some in Kentucky, and even some in Canada. And so at one point when all this junk went down, we talked about moving further up north. But my little bones was like, I don't know if I want that cold of weather. I don't think I can handle it because it doesn't snow much in Alabama, or at least here it doesn't. And when it does, I am always caught off guard with no gloves or really good snow boots. So I'm outside with my hands like this in my jacket or sweater. And my kids are like, let's have a snowball fight. And I'm like, eh. Eh. And next thing my hands are all red and I'm like, I can't feel them anymore. So it's not, yes, I'm going to need a blanket. I do too. I do like the marshmallows slightly burnt at a campfire. And for everybody coming in a little bit later to the chat, I'm going to try in hopes, fingers crossed, that the night of Halloween, October 31st, I am seriously thinking about live streaming. So instead of on Friday, I would do it on Saturday, because we're going to have a Halloween party. So we're going to have a bonfire and we're going to have games, and it's going to be a big deal. So I'm seriously thinking about doing it because like I said, where we're at, we can't go trick-or-treating. So we're going to have our first ever Halloween party. So we're going to see how it goes. I don't handle the cold well at all either. I feel you on that one. True. It's very true. You would have more time for narrations and such. So, I don't know. I'm trying to figure out how I'm cold, but I'm drinking cold water. I don't know. My throat wants it cold. My body says, give me the warmth. I need the warmth. I need the warmth to survive. Oh. And if you can message what I was referencing there. I took somebody else's song and kind of turned it into something else. If you can reference what I was just copying there, you get an extra cookie in the chat. Sounds like that dog was attacked. I'm trying to see if nobody's commented. Nobody gets an extra cookie for messaging when I was trying to copy there. Hey, did you guys hear that our president has COVID now? I don't know if it's like he really has the COVID or if he's just maybe milking it. I don't know. No, I wasn't copying the Muppets na. But that's a good one though. Now you can make me think of that song. It's gonna be stuck in my head. Well, no. Oh my gosh. It's never a dull moment. Never a dull moment when in my mind. Because now I've got stuck in my head. No. Um, was he rushed? I didn't hear that. He was rushed to a medical facility? Well, I feel kind of bad now that I was making fun of him. I feel kind of bad now. I shouldn't have been. I like the random. You are perfectly fine. You'll find with me, I am so random that it's not funny. A lot of times people don't care that I'm random, and then there's some people that get really mad at me for being random, and I'm like, it is one of the easiest songs that ever gets stuck in my head. Like the other day we were playing, like, if you ever notice, kids nowadays really don't know who the Muppets are, and that hurt. My oldest was like, what are Muppets? And I went, so I started playing because like one of my favorite Muppets is the chef. Bergen, here, bork, bork, bork. And so I went to tell that to my kids, and they just looked at me like, and then I started copying Kermit, and they didn't know. So what I did was I have like a newer clip of the Muppets where they were singing Bohemian Rhapsody, because my kids didn't know that song either. And so I played it, so they legitimately loved the song, and then they were like, well, these Muppets are interesting, so I started playing them like the old clips of the Muppets. And they were just like, I'm like, yes, this stuff is it's so much better than Roblox. You just don't know, children. Put down the Roblox and watch the Muppets. You don't feel bad for the poor president? And I'm joking. I'm not starting a debate. I'm sorry. Slow down, Leon. 150 miles per hour is a little fast. You're gonna blow somebody's wig off. You need to go by the president, see if you can kind of fix that. Like I said, random. I agree. I will agree what you said right there, Boggs. Um, Nowadays, okay, when we were kids, because I'm a 90s kid, I grew up in the 90s, they believed in giving you support and trying to encourage you to do whatever you wanted to do. But we didn't get a trophy for just showing up. I mean, you had to work for stuff. And my kids, when they first started school, they went to a school up in Redneckville. And they got like specialties for just showing up. They got specialties for not even trying. If you got trouble at school, they didn't talk about it. One of my children has mild autism. And they were like, oh, she's doing so fine in school. She's doing so great, so wonderful. She don't need no help. And when I pulled them out and brought them to what I call Normalville and put them in a super curricular school, my daughter with mild autism started to struggle. And I mean, don't get me wrong, she's making A's, but she struggled to get to that point. And the school that they're in right now, if you get in trouble during the week, we are not going to reward you. Even if your mom sends you $1 to get ice cream on Friday, if you got in trouble at school, that dollar will go right back home to you. Whereas the school they did go to, oh, you did get in trouble, but your mom sent you some ice cream money, so you go ahead and get that ice cream. And that was the kind of their mentality up there. Whereas down here, they have a football team and everything, but it's not all about the football. It's about education. Like the school they're in right now is one of the hardest schools you can be in our area. So I agree with that statement so hard. It's not even funny. I mean, we don't teach our kids to say no. We don't teach our kids to grow up. Um and I don't mean that bad. Like, I mean, I know they're kids, and kids are kids, and kids do kid things, and kids don't need to be rode. Because I know back when we were kids, our parents, or my parents, really pushed me to succeed as hard as I could. And in a lot of cases, it turned me into like an overachiever. And when I can't overachieve, I have a meltdown. I'm like depressed. And I don't want my kids to feel that. But at the same token, I want my kids to just be like, oh, I just don't care. I mean, I'm having to teach my kids because they've never learned this, but you have common sense, and I shouldn't have to hold your hand and tell you no when you already know it's no. And we don't teach our kids that anymore. I've noticed that with the school that they went to, this little boy was like trying to lift up little girls' dresses, and his logic was, well, if they're wearing dresses, I can lift it. And I was like, did your mom tell you to keep your hands to yourself, and this is, your space and that's their space, and you just don't trample somebody else's space? So I had to tell my one daughter, because she kept coming over every day, he's lifting my skirt up, he's weird. I'm like, well, next time he lifts your skirt up and tries to touch you. That's all I have to say about that one. Anyway, I'm missing the chat because I'm seeing stuff pop up and I'm not addressing it. They are having a Hocus Pocus 2. Really? Ooh, I have to look it up. Hey, Aisha, how are you? I hope I pronounced that right. I hate pronouncing names because I'm not good at it. And I just get so nervous now. I'm going to have to look that up now. They are going to have a second one. Have they announced when? And is everybody coming back? Because oh. Oh, next Halloween. Oh, my word. Oh. I agree, Boggs. I totally agree. It is true. I mean, it would be better to be an overachiever. The only bad thing is I'm to the level of overachievement that if I can't hit it, I will probably melt down from it. That's the only bad thing about being an overachiever, is at some point it's a struggle. It's a struggle. Good, I said it right. Good. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so bad at pronouncing names, and I don't know. I made so many mishaps when I first started YouTubing. Like, I would be in live streams, and I somehow was always in a lot of not live streams. I was never the host. I was like the co-host. So it was my job to kind of greet everybody and help the other host to know what's going on. And I would botch some of these names, and people would get mad at me. And now I'm just like, thank you for giving me a like, guys. That really helps me out, because I don't. It's not like if I see a dislike, my heart's gonna break and I'm gonna die. But it kind of lets me know that I always try to work at things. So if you start seeing like a bunch of thumbs down, I'm trying to, for the life of me, figure out if it's just some people got mad, or people that don't like me, or if I legitimately need to change something. I do figure sometimes people are probably upset because I'm not on horror as much as I used to be. And then there's some that I think is just people bothering me. Like, literally, Boggs failed, like, kindergarten, then failed first, and then failed second, and failed third. Like, in a... Pull. Oh my gosh. That's horrible. Now see, I'm different. I tell my kids you have to face your problems. If you made a bad grade, it's not the end of the world. If you tried and you made a bad grade, okay, I'm not going to just like body slam you or tear into you if you tried. If I see like where like that you tried, we'll just improve. But if you bring home a bad grade and you didn't even try, and I can tell with when you're a parent, you can tell when your kids are just like pfft, or like I really tried. But I don't I immediately I ride my kids, you know. I'm not going to get butt hurt every time somebody says something about my kids. I immediately think this is something that we're going to work on and such, but not, oh, I'm going to pull them out of school because you've offended me. Oh, okay. Let's see. That's so horrible. She's 8 and she lacks education. Oh my goodness. See, I don't know. My mom and dad, I grew up as an only child because my oldest sibling, there's a big age gap between my oldest sibling. So we weren't raised together. And then I grew up with friends that pretty much lived at our house and they grew up as siblings. That is one thing my parents did not want me to be babied. And I try my very best because my kids have been through a lot in 4 years. It's been rough because of somebody else. That's all I can get into. And I have babied them a little bit due to the situation they've had to live through. And now that we're out of the situation, I'm finding myself like, guys, I can't keep babying you or you're going to grow up not being able to stand on your own 2 feet and you're just going to fail through life. So, oh, a thumbs down is still an interaction as far as, okay, the algorithm, okay. I don't understand why YouTube has the thumbs down button. I'm going to be honest with you because it's so easy just to hit that because something offended you or you didn't like the person or they said one thing that you didn't like. I don't ever understand the dislike button. I don't put a lot of stock in it. I know a lot of people like, "Oh my gosh, I got 2 dislikes. I'm done." And I'm like, wait until you start getting those heavy hitting commenters that like they hit you with the comments, and you know you got 2 choices. You can get upset about it or just roll with it. I usually roll with it. I think of Filthy Frank and, you know, oh, we got a snowflake, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the chat, you know, type of attitude. I think the thumbs down button should honestly be removed. I agree 100% because it's just so easy for people just hit that as if they're proving some type of point. Because I know right now, because I've mentioned the thumbs down button, how much do you guys want to bet there will be at least 2 thumbs downs on this video just because I brought it up? I know it's the last live stream. I did not bring up nothing about the thumbs down button. Did not receive a thumbs down. Brought it up in the one before and probably this one. I almost bet you I will have 2 thumbs downs. I think sometimes people do it just to be almost just like kind of let you know that they've had their haterade and they are going to click that button. I like to see you come at me more than hit that button. I'd like to hear you, you know, come at me. But anyway, we'll just leave it alone. I agree with you on that one, Boggs. I really believe that YouTube has to have that control. And I'm going to be honest with you, fine. If you want to have control over media and stuff like that, then dang it, make it worthwhile. They've changed the algorithm so much. I hear people talking about like, well, when I started YouTube, I just broke out. YouTube almost makes it almost impossible, I believe, to break out. I think right now I heard a narrator, and I don't think he meant to say anything, but he started like, I'm gonna say a year after me, and he's already at like 12,000 subscribers, I believe. And he was in a chat I was in, and he was talking about, I think that he was paying for somebody to promote his channel. I'm not quite 100% sure what he meant, like, but he was paying a chunk for them to promote his channel, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know anything about it to comment, but I just kind of felt off with him saying that. Like, are you telling me the only way that I'm going to get my channel to grow is if I pay somebody to promote my channel? Now, the next question is the person you're paying to promote your channel, is it one of those deals where it's fake promotion? Or is it straight up like a marketing person is marketing your channel? Because if it's marketing, I can understand that. I could understand maybe paying somebody to do that. I don't have the money for that, in all fairness. But are you like, is it almost like buying views? Is what you're paying for is almost like buying views, only it's straight up just pushing your name out? I don't know. I'm going to get into the chat and find out. YouTube is broken, and it seems like TikTok just broke themselves too. So, I agree. Aisha, sorry, I started to cough on that one. I think most social media doesn't have a thumbs down button. Twitter doesn't have it. Um, Instagram doesn't have it. TikTok doesn't have it. Facebook, you can leave a mad face, but they don't have a thumbs down button. I agree, Boggs, with that statement right there. Is there's people that I see that are making it big in YouTube, and I'm floored. The simplest things, you could have 1 million subscribers. And I'm over here like, I'm legitimately, believe it or not, working pretty hard to get entertainment for people. And I mean, it's not the best in the world. I mean, I'm trying. I mean, I have limited things to work with. But I'm struggling to get things out there and get it to you. And sometimes I won't even upload something that week because it did not. Like, for example, was it a week ago, I uploaded a short creepypasta movie. And it took me 2 weeks to get it out because I could not get it right, and I wasn't just going to upload it. And I've seen some people, anyway, I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to go on. Just going to stop. I think it is shady, evil. When he brought it up, it legitimately made me go, you're promoting someone. Why does that sound like what we used to talk about, buying views and buying subscribers? So, it's okay, it's fake promotion. Okay. Well, either way, they're up to 12,000 subscribers, and they get pretty good views on their channel. So I don't know if they're paying for someone to view their channel or paying for the subscribers. I don't know. And then they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm making like what they say, $300 to $500 a month from YouTube." And I just sat there thinking, I'm doing good if I see that in a year or at all. Ugh. I used to spend more time on social media promoting myself, and I've gotten to the point I can't anymore, because it seems like the harder I try to promote my YouTube channel, the less views I get. I mean, I could take a break for a month and come back and upload a video and have more views than if I would have been uploading every day. And that's, I don't know. I agree, Aisha. I think YouTube is drunk all the time. That and PMSing. It's like PMS drunk. I don't want to pay anybody. Right now, I'm just going to be honest with you. If you're not making like a really great profit on YouTube and you're paying somebody to promote your channel, then to me, I feel like I'm defeating the purpose. That's just... Oh, sub for subs. I don't like that. I really get upset when people leave me comments. Hey, come check out my channel. I mean, I feel like I might be getting a little bit bigger. I feel like when Filthy Frank used to make comments about people leaving comments in the comment section about, come check out my channel, man. I've been getting a lot of those, and the sub for subs. I don't do any of them because it's a joke. They want you to sub to their channel, and then after a couple weeks, they unsub to your channel, and you're still sub to them. Right now, I hope to goodness what I'm doing to promote my channel is enough. I don't think it is, because my last video from last night did terrible. I don't know. They said that you can get on Reddit and promote yourself, but every time I get on Reddit, I'm always posting in the wrong format or the wrong area. Somebody's like, hey, shame on you for posting that here. And I'm like, it says creepypasta.com or creepypasta at Reddit. And other people are posting their videos. Why am I? Anyway. Yes, that's why I thought it was like paying for views. So that's how I feel. If somebody wants to promote my channel, then you are amazing and I want to hug you, but I'm not gonna, I don't know, like when we all first started our YouTube channels, we used to be like, hey, retweet squad. And I don't know, I almost felt like just constantly saying, hey, retweet squad, like I was begging people to stop what they were doing and promote me. And I know I just stopped doing it after a while. I know since I stopped doing it, people don't retweet my stuff. So I guess maybe they were only doing it because I was putting them on the spot. So I don't know. What do you mean don't sink that low? Evil? I'm not sure. I'm getting to some of these comments a little too late. So, I don't know what sink low on what. Yes, I never go to somebody else's channel and promote myself. I've never done it. I've heard a lot of people say that's the way to get noticed. I'm not doing that. Not. Oh, well, I don't have the money for that either. I agree, Evil. I'm still confused 90% of the time. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just guessing and hoping at one of these points I'm going to just strike the right thing and and make it, I guess. Yeah, I feel the same way. Nobody's obligated to follow my channel. I don't want to beg people or bother them. I want you to follow my channel because you like the content, you want to show up, and we can talk. Like right now in the live stream, there's all of you guys in the live chat. It's awesome. I love talking to you guys, but I don't want to put people on the spot. Yeah, that's how I am, Boggs. I'm just trying to work on my stuff and I'm trying to grow and just letting, at some point I'm going to break the algorithm. It's just a matter. I've just got to be steady and upload. I'm hoping with these creepypasta short horror movies that I might, because I like doing them. So even if nobody else thinks they're awesome, I like them. So I don't think Reddit is good for promotion. I have not had a lot of success with it. Oh, Night Leon, you're probably already done calling and I've just been this far behind. Oh, I'm not going to buy views. No, I'm not buying views. I can't bring myself to buy subscribers or buy views. Even if I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't even know where to begin to buy views or subscribers or promotions. I wouldn't know where to even begin on that. So just because I don't know, I'm going to leave it as I don't know and I'm not going to try. Because I don't know. If I got to pay somebody to subscribe to my channel, I've lost. I've lost. Because I'm paying people to subscribe to my channel. Because one time, my ex was joking with me and was like, why don't you, because I was at 5,000 and just got shot back because of YouTube purge. And YouTube's making sure I'm never going to get back to 5,000. He was like, why don't you just go ahead and buy 300 subscribers and you'll be at 5,000 again and you'll be fine. And I was just like, what logic is that? And if I got to pay for somebody to watch my channel, they're not really watching it. It's usually a bot. So it's a waste. It's a waste. And I hate to say, I think in a way, I think YouTube can tell when it's a bot. Because somebody made a comment a long time ago. One of my videos, I think I removed it because of this. It was a long time ago. It shot up, I mean, super quick and got like to 20,000 views. And I was like, okay, I don't think that's normal. And I knew I didn't buy the views because I don't, one, don't know how, and two, I don't want to know. Two, I know my ex is not smart enough to do that for me to make me feel good. So I was like messaging around and asking people, and somebody kind of just made a comment that just sounded like they had bought the views for me because I deserved it. I ended up taking the video down because I noticed that even though I had 20,000 views, the money rate from YouTube was like super cheap. I mean, it was like little. Whereas like other videos that had normal views was higher than that one. And that's when I kind of was like, I think somebody bought views, and I just took it down because it was ruined. It was ruined for me. I think buying views is a cop out. I'd rather, if I break through and make it with YouTube, I want it to be real. I want to be able to sit down and look at what I've done on my channel and go, look what we've done, guys. We went from here to here and we did it. It wasn't fake. It wasn't bought. It was done right. So that's my logic on doing it naturally. I don't want to, because if when you make it big, it's not going to feel good because I had to pay for it. I want it to be right. I want it to be natural. Yes, Aisha, I've had those a lot on Twitter. Hey, if you want to, me and you become friends and I can promote your channel, and like they want you to message them for like a rate and we'll give you a special discount because we really like you. And I'm like, yes, if you want to promote my channel, do it the right way. Buying me views is not doing it the right way. And I hate to say, I sort of think that YouTube can pick up on it. And when they do, they kind of pay you back. Because after that incident where the 20,000 views on the video, I noticed that like the next, I'm going to say months worth of videos, I mean, it was bad. It was bad. I literally took down the 20,000 view video, and all the videos that was released a month afterwards, I took down and re-released, and they got different views. It was almost like YouTube paid me back for it. I hope I'm breaking through. I love to entertain people. I love doing this. I hope that's breaking through. I love doing this. It's not one of those deals I just kind of do it because it might make me money. I do it because I really do like doing this. So see, that's the right way. The way he promoted your artwork was perfect. He didn't do it in any way that would hurt you later. It's an actual help. That is something I've noticed. I'm glad you brought that up, Boggs. I do believe with the algorithm, if your stuff is 30 minutes plus, it hits the algorithm. But I've noticed like with my channel that the videos need to be 30 minutes. If you start getting into 40 or 50 minutes, the algorithm glitches and you don't get any views. But if I hit that sweet spot between 26 and 30 minutes, the views are much better. I noticed that YouTube with me live streaming, it hit its algorithm and it loves the algorithm I've hit there. So I do notice that if you do videos that are 5 to 15 minutes long, it's almost like falling on deaf ears with YouTube. It's almost sort of like, that's not good enough for us. And I think that's really ridiculous because I've seen people upload a 2-minute video of just flat out weird stuff. I guess is the nicest way I could put it. And they have like millions of views and I'm like, thank you. Thank you. Yes, when you get approached by other narrators and authors, some of the biggest things that I've loved is I've been approached by 3 different authors wanting me to do their work. Now, the first time I got approached by an author, I'm going to be honest with you, I felt he was a jerk. And I won't bring up who the author was. It was toward the beginning of my channel. Apparently he was going to release a book on Amazon, and he was hoping for, I guess, free promotion. So he asked me to do the stories, some of the stories, and he sent me the artwork that went with them and the story, and I used them. I did it with my heart, only to find out that he asked a rival narrator. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I do not compete with other narrators, but back in the day there was this narrator that was pretty rough with me. She was just, it was like her mission to destroy me. She flat out, my ex, she hooked up with my ex. Well, I was with my ex. She went around and blocked me on Twitter and told everybody that I was a lying whore. I mean, it was pretty bad. But he went and asked her, because we were rivals, to do the stories too. The exact same stories. And they were released about the same time. And he was a jerk about it. He was like, I just sent the story to you and her, and whoever gets it up first, and whoever does the best wins. And I didn't think nothing about it, because like I said, I was relatively new at the time. My videos did twice as good as her videos, and he put her videos up on his channel. And that really upset me, because I worked really hard on those videos for him to help him out, because it was so awesome having a published writer message me and want me to do the stories, but then he was a jerk about it. So he messaged me and asked me if I wanted to do any more stories, that he would send me 20 more. And I told him politely where he could put those stories. Maybe he should ask the other girl, and he never did. I guess he just dropped it there, but I'll have to check that channel out. I'm gonna have to check that channel out. It is true. I agree, Boggs, with, it seems like most people on YouTube are looking for a 2 to 3 minute video, because if you look back in the day, the big heavy hitter YouTubers, not narrators, YouTubers, had minute to 5 minute videos, and sometimes maybe 9, but most of the time it was a minute to 5 minutes videos of sheer random craziness, and they hit big. I mean, one early YouTuber is now a singer. I mean, thank you for sharing it. That's always a help. I probably have told you, Evil, who the narrator is. She's not big anymore. She's burnt so many bridges and been so hateful to people that she's barely around anymore. But my biggest pet peeve with her is she intruded on my personal life. As a narrator, I worked with her. She was fine to work with. But she just intruded on my personal life. And just point blank just comes swinging in there. I mean, she had intentions of coming from her country to this country to run off with my ex, which wasn't my ex at the time. At one point, she always asked me to be involved in her collabs. And I would, because I mean, I was, at the time, I would do stories and collabs with anybody. I don't care how many subscribers you had. I was in everything, and that's what I wanted. And something went down when she put down the audio for everyone. She messed up 3 different narrator stuff, and it's 3 narrators that she had beef with. I mean, she just butchered it. And when she got called out on it, I didn't call her out, because I was one of the people that she butchered, and I just wasn't going to worry about it. It's her channel, not mine. And didn't say nothing about it. I was just like, you know, maybe it's just a glitch. Maybe when she was uploading, I gave her the benefit of the doubt, because that's just how nice I try to be. And we were in a big old chat of women narrators, and she just point blank, I guess, forgot that I was in the chat and started roasting me. And again, I'm not one to just jump in and attack, but when she started roasting me, I was like, it's on. And that's when I basically called her out for cheating with my ex. And that's when she blocked me, and her new dude blocked me, and she tried to get other narrators to block me. I think I used to have a good rapport with Mortis Media, and because of her, she butchered that. There was a couple of other narrators, because they knew her. They didn't want to work with me anymore. But it is what it is, and I ain't gonna worry about it. Uh, I try to be respectful even when people don't deserve it, because I don't know. I kind of look at it as it's not worth it. The type of person that she is, attacking her is not worth my time, because in her mind she feels justified. In her mind she feels sanctimonious, and arguing with somebody like that's just not going to work. All you're going to do is get your blood pressure up, and she feels like she's won, because she has aggravated you and angered you, and you have exploded in front of all these other narrators at her. And for me, I only exploded that one time, and it was very toned down. I say exploded, and it makes it sound like I just went off and cussed and screamed and hooped and hollered. But I just told her that she was very childish and immature. If you messed up the collab, you should have the common courtesy to say, guys, it was an accident. I didn't mean to mess up your audio. I'm going to take it down. I'm going to fix it. And in her mind, she's like, I'm not taking it down because it doesn't matter. And she just started tearing in to be like, oh, I mean, like my audio sucked, and I was a terrible narrator, so I don't know why it mattered. At least I sounded better on her channel than I did my own channel. And I don't know. She was all talk and no bark, and it wasn't worth my time. Um. Oh, thank you, Aisha. Thank you. I am. I will have to say I've been blessed since I started my channel. There's so many people like you. That's the weirdest sound. Anyway, that I've met people like you that is just so awesome and so wonderful. That this is why I've not stopped YouTubing. There's been times where I've gotten so down and I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. And you guys come in and you're like, but wait. And I'm like, okay, I can't go. I mean, just the encouragement. I mean, um, those are some good people, Boggs, to work with. I mean, those are some great. Like I said, for every one person you meet on like as a YouTuber that's terrible, there's 10 that are great. Unfortunately, the bad ones surface just enough to almost ruin it for everyone else. So, and I don't agree with, like, I have heard a couple of bigger narrators talking about how the horror community is toxic. That's a really unfair statement, because of one or two bad apples don't mean the whole community as a whole is toxic. That's kind of an unfair assumption. But anyway, I'm just gonna go on. It's okay. It's all good. Like I said, I've been doing this now. I'm gonna say, I think we're at the third year, to be honest, on YouTube. I've lost track. I know that sounds bad. Everybody's like, it's my anniversary on YouTube, and I'm like, I know it's in January. I've just lost track if it's 2 or 3 years. We're just gonna go with 3 and just leave it at that. I know it's not more than 3, so it's 2 or 3. Um, I've met really nice people. I've met really bad people. I've met people that tore into me, and I'm like, what? Like, for example, my ex started this drama with a group of other narrators, and I mean, it was a big drama, and I somehow got pulled into it. I, to this day, have no idea. I got yelled and screamed at and blocked and everything, and to this day I think I'm still blocked by 90% of them, and I don't know what I did. It was him, but I got blamed for it. But it is what it is. I mean, I'm not gonna let other people get to me. Like I said, my YouTube channel started, and I had no intentions of doing it. But now that I'm doing it, I don't want to stop. I love doing this. I love meeting you guys. I love talking to you guys. when I do those little short vlogs on Instagram and Twitter, and I say, like, leave comments below, I really want to talk to you guys, I actually mean it. I love talking to you guys. I love the conversation. You guys make me laugh. A lot of stuff that you guys say is encouraging and supportive, and I wouldn't have kept going if it wasn't for a lot of you guys. I mean, just, I don't know how many times in the beginning I would have like these meltdowns on Twitter and be like, I just don't think I can do this anymore. I'm struggling. And everybody would be like, wait, wait. And so, I mean, I do it not for the numbers or the money. I do it just because I love doing this. So, I don't know. I better get back to the chat. I keep leaving the chat. Oh, yes, I think, like, I've noticed, even like the makeup community, like, there's a big drama going on with is Charles. I don't know. There's a big drama going on with him every time I turn around, and I think it's just unfair assumption just to be like the whole community is toxic because of one or two people. I mean, I'm not a gamer. I'm sure there's toxicity in the gaming community. I've heard about it in the James Charles. Yes, that's it. I think the only reason I know about him is because H3 called him out on his new merchandise. And then I started looking, and there was like a drama with him and another makeup artist and another makeup artist. I'm just like, whew, who knew that makeup was such a violent pastime? I will smack you with my brush. But I mean, I'm sure that the gaming community has it. Everybody has the black sheep of the community. But to say the whole community as a whole is toxic, I don't agree with that assumption, but that's me. I'm sorry, guys. Like I said, my throat's really dry. Let's see. Yeah, I despise drama. I don't. I try to stay like I was in a chat on Twitter, and they I mean, there was just rows and rows of drama going on with I think it was like Creeps McPasta. They were like freaking out about something with him, and they were just like ranting, and I'm like, I missed the drama that apparently Creeps McPasta had. I tried to follow with what they were saying. Like, I was just reading. I wasn't getting involved. I could not make hide nor hair what they were trying to say about it, or what he supposedly did wrong. I don't. Other than that drama, like I said, when it comes to Twitter, I stay off of it. I use it to promote, and sometimes I try to say hi to people. But a lot of times I stay away from drama. I can't do it. I don't want to. It's too much. I've got my own drama. I can't do it. Who's Black Pete? Yeah, in the gaming community, there's several gamers that I follow that are wonderful. To be honest with you, I can see why people would want to be part of the gaming community, because it looks like fun. If I had the setup to do it, I would, because it looks like fun. Especially when you turn on people like, I think it's Kindly Kian. He does like a lot of phone games. And he does it on like his tablet. I find that interesting because my kids are constantly trying to find new weird games to play. So, let's see. Yes, I'm gonna be honest with you. If you meet fake people on YouTube or Twitter, I would just kindly bow out and get away, because I stayed the first year of my channel. I stayed for a full year in a group of people that were so drama ready and so fake. That it did Oh my gosh, I wish you wouldn't bring up fake lashes, because it was a couple of videos ago somebody attacked me for fake eyelashes, and I was like, why is it bothering you if I wear makeup or fake eyelashes? But just overly large and dramatic fake eyelashes yet again. Someone accused you of causing drama. Is this person been dropped? Oh, Black Pete. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. You guys gotta remember, I think I've seen The Witch one time. I liked it, but it was so weird, and I don't know if I still even completely understand what I watched. That's usually how it goes, is the people who are causing the drama project. Because I've discovered this with this drama that I'm in right now in my personal life. Everything the other person's doing, I am being blamed for. According to this other person, I started my YouTube channel to just date and whore myself around. And come to find out, my ex is running around with other people while we were married. So I find the people who yell the loudest are the people who are doing it. The people who sit back and just be like, are usually the innocent people that don't deserve the garbage they get. You got censored for the word black. Where? Did I miss that? That doesn't surprise me. Somebody got censored the other day on my live stream, and I tried to hurry up and catch it before they did. I don't know why you would censor for that. Oh yeah, it's always like that. They'll start their drama, and then when things get going, they're like, and you're like, hey, they're like, you're causing the drama. I've been accused of so much drama from the time I started my channel till now, that I'm just gonna freely be honest with you. I don't know. I think that's why I stay to myself now as a YouTuber. I used to like try to collab as much as I could, and now I just kind of say to myself, there's been so much drama that I'm just like, I can't do it anymore. I just honestly can't. I don't like it. I don't like drama. I don't like chaos. I don't like confrontation. It bothers me. Like today, I had to go in for a job, and I about nearly died. Because, like, we were supposed to go before we went, like, shopping and stuff like that. And I went in after shopping. I'm like, I really want to go before we go shopping and all this stuff. And they're like, no, we're going to do it after we're done. And so I had to sit there and shop, like, the whole time waiting to go for this job. I wish I would have just went so I don't have to. Oh, you're not upsetting me at all. No, it's fine. Really? That's just crazy. I guess I need to pay attention to the chat. So maybe if it says show or hide, which I didn't censor, I will admit, on comments on my regular videos, I put in words that would censor the stalkers that I have right now, but I never put in the word like black or anything. So this must be something YouTube's doing, because that's not a word that I put in to censor. So I don't know. I'll just have to pay attention to. Here, I'll just set my phone up to where I can read it as it scrolls. Stay. I was saying, I don't know. I don't see the comments. I mean, I understand what you're saying. I don't know. I didn't put that in. I did find like the setting in your YouTube channel where you can put up words that hold people's comments back. But I didn't do it for my live streams, and I definitely didn't use any of these words that you guys couldn't say. So I don't know. I just love stuff because I was getting like a ton of hate comments from people that live around where I'm at. And so I put in there so their comments would get held back, and I would start to look at them later and see if they were hate comments and they were deleted. So I don't know. It is getting super cold out here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I thought having my furry socks and my furry boots and this furry sweater, I would be warmer, but I'm starting to feel so chilled from it. When it comes to people out of nowhere attacking, like turning against you and blaming you for something that they they're blaming you for something to get rid of, I guess, to get you to leave. I almost feel like it has something to do with the fact that you're probably, and it's not probably, it's true, you're probably the best person in the chat. And so the best person, the kindest person, the nicest person usually is the person they want to get rid of. If you're also doing really good at what you're working on, and you're starting to do great and you're getting confidence, and the other people don't have confidence in themselves and they don't want to see you be successful, that could cause the drama. It's a lot of reasons. It could just be the simple fact that you're the nice supportive friend, which you would think the nice supportive friend would be the one that they would want to keep, but that's the one they start drama with. If you're doing better at something than they are and such like that, they could cause drama, try and say that you're the drama causer to get you out of the group so they don't have to I don't know, promote you, help you, listen to you, or whatever. Because I mean, I've been where you're at. I've been in the groups where people did that to me, and it's yes, Boggs, you are right. Right now, everybody's so dramatic over anything that could be that back in the day that we used to say is now considered taboo. You don't say things like, and what I'm about to say here, and I hope I don't get flagged for it. Do you guys remember, especially if you are a child of the 80s and the 90s, and maybe before that, but I'm just saying 80s, 90s. Do you guys remember when we were kids that we would say things like to each other, "Oh, you're being so retarded." And we didn't mean nothing by it. We weren't actually calling somebody a name, and we would never have called somebody who had problems that. We just said that as a, like, to friends. You can't say that now. Now if you say you literally are making fun of somebody who's mentally handicapped. And I don't remember when we were kids that we meant it that way. So I don't understand. Like back when we were kids, we could say a lot of different slangs that now if you say it, you're going to get in a lot of trouble for saying it. And I was thinking, back in the day, we didn't mean it the way you're taking it. So now I literally have to watch everything I say, because stuff that I said when I was a teenager and a child that was just jokes. Now you're going to offend somebody and you're going to have people mad at you. So that's the best way to be, Boggs, is just joke about it. Because I think sometimes when you give people more responses to it, they run with it. So but if you take it as a joke and like the joke's on you, they usually stop. And that's kind of the mood I'm starting to get at where I'm at now. When people come at me, like the last comment I got on YouTube, all caps and calling me a sheep and fake and phony, and I was just like ooh, I'm so scared. You came at me all caps. Ooh, that scared me. But that's kind of how I've been getting anymore. Good. I'm glad you removed them. That way you don't have to have their drama and their toxic in your life anymore. I do too, Boggs. I still use a lot of slangs that I did when I was a kid, but now people get super offended. Like the other day, I don't know where I was at, and I said, I was like, I feel so retarded. And this person looked at me. This person looked at me and it's like, oh my goodness, you have a daughter with autism and you just said the word retarded. And I was like, whoa. That is not how I meant it. And I find it very rude that that's what you think I meant it as. But so now I've learned to just censor myself because there's so many people out there that get hurt at the wrong people. Anyway. Yes, when I grew up there was. And when I was a kid, I knew that anybody that had uh disabilities, that you better never make fun of them. That's something I grew up with when I was a kid. Um my parents were like, it's one thing to look at each other and say the things you say to each other and you're joking and being kind of mean to each other, but if you are ever caught making fun of somebody who has disabilities, I will break a stick on you. And I was like, well, don't plan on doing it. So I mean, that's how my parents were. You don't make fun of people that have other things. I mean, that you're fortunate to be enough to be healthy and they're not, or you're fortunate enough to be blessed and they're struggling. You don't make fun of them. So that's how I grew up. My parents at all, if I would have made fun of another person, it's one thing to joke with your friends. It's another thing to be flat out rude and disrespectful. And that's what I'm trying to teach my kids, which I feel so bad because like I use a lot of slangs, and my kids, I'm like, don't copy mommy. You will get in trouble for it. Don't copy me. I wonder if you get, can you guys see my breath? Because as I'm talking, oh, there it goes. I can see it lightly going across the screen. That's how cold it is right now. Oh, guys, I'm probably going to have to cut this short soon because I am cold. And, I'm starting to get tired too. I've had a long day. I've been up since bright and early. Job hunting, went in for a job, picked my kids up, went to the park, walked 2 miles, and I'm dead, guys. I didn't sleep last night because my mom's cat is nuts. And just she loves me so much. And I wish her cat didn't love me so much. And I keep hearing somebody walking around in the back like they're trying to hopefully summon me to. See? I know, that's what I was fixing to do. I told you guys. Anyway, guys, I don't know if you guys are still in the chat or if you guys have already started having to get out. But I think I'm going to call this a night. I totally told you guys we were going to read horror stories, and I didn't. But if you guys are still in the chat, message me on... you can leave a comment on this video later after it uploads, or you can message me on Instagram or Twitter and leave me stories that you might want me to read in the next live stream, so we can do that. I don't know if you guys are interested in that. I'm getting blah blah blah. Or you just like this. I like it either way. Maybe we can mix it up and talk, and then do stories. It's true. Very true. Yes, we grew up where we were supposed to have tougher skin. Like, I mean, people could say just about anything and you'd be like, I don't care. Nowadays, you can't even say, you can't say anything. I can't think of anything right now, but you can't say anything because even one of my daughters was like, Mommy, I can't believe you said that. That was so mean. And I'm like, what did I say? I don't know what I said, so now I feel like I have to censor myself. But anyway, guys, like I said, I don't know how much I'm going to be on Twitter right now. I think I'm taking a break from it. I just need to. But you can message me on Instagram. You can email me, or you can leave a comment after this uploads. And leave me ideas of stories that you want done. I love you guys. I'm so thankful for all of you guys coming out and being here. I love every Friday you guys coming and getting to talk with you guys because you guys are excellent. I'm not even making anything up. You are excellent. I love talking to you guys. I love the fact that you guys get in the chat and we talk. If you are watching this and you're not in the chat, I'm still thankful that you came by and that you come by every Friday. So, I'm going to shut my mouth. Speak good night. And that I love you guys. And I'll see you in the next video, which I'm hoping to have Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and hopefully a live stream next week. So good night, stay safe, stay warm, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.